Nikola Jokic, though, ain't nothing to put in context there, baby. That's 61, 10, and 10. That ain't nothing. That's nothing. There is no context needed, Jason. That man is like Visa. You can put him in the 70s, 80s, 90s, whatever. He's going to do work. And I think, Jason, it's almost limiting to say, man, he's the best player in today's game. It's almost time for us, and maybe because he only has the one championship, that it limits the historical conversation that he's going to be in, because we only talk about David Robinson a certain way. There's a lot of reverence for Hakeem, but it's because he got that second one.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the strata of Shaq when Shaq was when 2001 Shaq, when he was killing the game, and Hakeem Olajuwon when he was running it. Like, there's not many rooms that he can't get into. I feel like he's in every room possible. Maybe top 15 all time, somewhere around there.
Yeah, gotta put him up there, and it's the way that he plays the game too. Like, what I love watching about him is, the footwork is immaculate, the instincts are ridiculous, but the way he actually physically manipulates the basketball, like his hands in terms of catching, pass off target, catching poor post entry, because post entry is a lost art. The way I remember watching Rod Strickland as a kid and thinking to myself, man, why does the ball seem to be on a string like that? And it's not that he can, he can patch you to death, right? He can do all that, but the layup package and all that. And then we see Kyrie Irving be birthed. That's with Godfather, obviously. It's like, oh, this is Kyrie 3.0, right?
Right.
Jokic has that weird, I can manipulate the ball, I can finish at the rim, tricky finishes, floating finishes, just the touch, the overall touch of his game. When we think about bigs, we think about force and violence and moving people and banging, especially when you think of Shaq and Wilt and all these dudes. Hell, Bill Russell was a physical marvel on the court, like erasing people and cutting off water in the paint. This dude does it from a lens where, we didn't get a chance to see Arvydas Sabonis play in the NBA, but all that that I heard as a kid was, hey, when Mike was running around at the end of Magic's career, at the end of Larry Bird's career, you had all these dudes running around the NBA. That was the best player in the world. I kind of feel like Nikola Jokic, like, I bet skill and instinct, actual, professional movements that you don't waste any energy. You don't
There's
waste
no
any
wasted movement. There's no
wasted effort. None. And he's doing it with an IQ level that's through the roof. And because we've seen bigs be able to pass. We've seen bigs be able to score. But this dude, damn near, he can run a pick and roll. He could beat a ball handler on a pick and roll.
Yes.
Aaron Gordon's career. Think about what we thought about with Aaron Gordon.
Yep.
Dunk contest winner and a number one option on a bad team as a young player. He's had that like Andre Iguodala growth where it's like, oh yeah, you weren't supposed to be the number one in Philly the whole time. You needed to have somebody with you. Aaron Gordon, his second half of his career has been one of success and championships, and it's a lot to do with that guy right there. So man, the way we talk about Nikola Jokic, I don't think it's hyperbolic. I don't think it's overplaying it. He is one of the greatest players to ever play the game, and it makes me think of a time where dudes like that played in their own land, played across the pond, and we never saw him. We just heard about him, like Oscar and Arvydas Sabonis. He's doing this against some of the best athletes of all time in this generation of basketball.
That's why I always laugh when people think the name of the game is run and jump. Because, like, I swear to God, everybody, when we're going to talk about evolution of the game later and Draymond Green and what he said and all that type of stuff. But if you placed Arvydas Sabonis, if you placed Nikola Jokic 40 years ago in the game, and he dominated the game to the way that he's playing it now, right? Like, oh, he's a taller Larry Bird or whatever. And then you say, he's not athletic, he's not muscular, he's not fast, and all that stuff. There's no way he would dominate this game. People would say that. They would say, oh, he dominated that era because those dudes were plumbers and firemen, and he's a plumber and fireman. Like, they would never in their mind fathom that fat man could dominate the league for 5 or 6 straight years running. He's on a Jay-Z like volume 1 to whatever album, like Reasonable Doubt.
It's a Blueprint Black Album. Yeah.
7 straight summers. Nobody did it quite like I did it. Like he's on that type of run right now. And we don't, I think a second championship. I'm not sure if they have enough from the standpoint of consistency on a night-to-night basis. I think the 82-game season, I think we have kind of devalued it, but I think 82 games has shown us that consistency of performance and being able to do it every other night. You'll find out in the regular season they can do it in the playoffs, because if they can't put it together night after night, they ain't gonna be able to put it together for 3 or 4 straight weeks or 3 or 4 straight months or whatever it is. So that's the part with me with Jokic that I think we miss out on. The other part,
you just
go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. No. The 82 game part. You just said it just now, and we always talk about like how many there's too many games in the NBA season. If they shrink the season, it'll feel more meaningful. But that part of it too, like you playing 100 games if you win the championship, like the war of attrition that takes place, and to be the person standing at the top of the mountain. Like if we play 50 games and you got a dude whose body, there's certain cats' bodies who's only going to get out there 45 times to 55 times a season. If we play that and we eliminate those dudes as being factors just from a sheer physical standpoint, then we're talking about like the creme de la creme of this thing, especially with the number of possessions these cats play. I know people talk about load management and all that other stuff, but hell, blame Greg Popovich and the ghost of Michael Jordan for all that. You know what I mean? Like blame, because I remember a time where you got 9-10 years out of your best players. Like, all right, cool, he is donezo now. You get to watch him be at the end. You get to watch, Moses Malone be at the end of a Spurs bench at the end of his career, right? Not really doing anything. These cats now, 17, 8, like Kevin Garnett was the first guy who was like, oh, this dude gonna play for 18, 19 years. Okay, all right. And now it's becoming more and more commonplace. So that's that simple point that you just made right there about the 82 games. This cat has been doing it in that body with different iterations of this team and on an 82-game schedule for 5 years straight, coming to work every single day that he possibly can. This has been amazing.